chose not to have the surgery. He chose to rest and relax and hope it goes away. And then he ended.
We took a look at Gilmore, and if we got Gilmore, we win in the division. I feel like you know what I mean. I feel like Stephon Gilmore.
Richard Rodgers. He's with our team over the last couple of years. It's just about our fourth time picking him up. What does that mean for?
Welcome to another episode of Birdgang Nation Sports Talk. I'm your host, Birdgang 31. Today, Birdgang had to bring over his good old friend, Mr. Joe Castro, Philly the podcast, to get his expertise on this game one against the Atlanta Falcons. How you doing today, my guy?
I'm living a great life, man. Expertise, that's a little bit too nice for me, man. That's a little bit too nice for me now. But man, it's finally football, man. It's finally time for football. I'm very excited. Sunday we find out what this Eagles team is about. So I'm ready to talk some football, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. Since the last time, I haven't got you on in a while, so I need to know how you feeling about the Birds going into game one.
I'm kind of at the same point. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really went up or down. Me, I've been kind of riding that 6 to 9 wins. I've said that the whole off season. So I kind of still feel like I'm there. I still feel like we're a 6 to 9 win team. I think upside is like a 10 or 11 type team. Downside, there's obviously a downside. I'm not going to talk about that. But, I feel like at worst, we're a rebuilding or retooling, whatever word you feel comfortable with, team that'll probably go around 6 to 9 wins. I did my, schedule prediction. And I feel like whenever you do your record prediction, you look at the schedule and every game looks winnable, right? Because it's like we don't know what any of these teams are just yet. So every game feels winnable. But with that said, I did have us like squeaking out a game like the Tampa Bay Bucks. So I feel a little bit maybe more confident, like subconsciously. But, reality strikes when I have to answer questions on here and like be held accountable. So I still feel the same. I'm not too high, not too low.
No, I'm still the same. 12-5. We're definitely winning some games this year. If not, me and Mr. Nick Sirianni gonna have to talk because you held everybody back. You kept everybody waiting to see this, amazing offense and this amazing defense that you're keeping secret from the rest of the league. And we are here at game one, so I want to see some of them secrets first game. Like I'm looking at the Atlanta Falcons, man, and I'm thinking, they just lost their guard or starting tackle. I'm saying their defense is kind of trash. The only weapons on offense that's really a threat is Ridley and Pitts, but I think Pitts being his first year, if we would have faced him like a couple of weeks into the season, I'd be a little bit more worried about him once he gets his legs up underneath him in the NFL. But since we're getting him game one, I'm not expecting big things from him. Everybody hyped up off that one, catch that he did get. And I was like, man, did you not see? It took him like 5 steps to turn upfield. Once he turned upfield, yes, he looked amazing and fast. But in the NFL, you're going against the ones, my guy. Those 5 steps are going to get you popped like 2 yards up the field. So I'm not really worried about Pitts this first game. But I do think the Eagles should win it pretty handily.
Yeah, I mean, and you brought up Kyle Pitts.
I do think
Oh,
the Eagles should win it.
I pulled it up on YouTube. My bad. But no, you brought up Kyle Pitts, and I said this before, man. I really am not afraid of Kyle Pitts. I'm not afraid of this defense. I'm not afraid of Kyle Pitts. You said it. You said it well. I'm more of just kind of on some like F this guy type thing. I'm not gonna lie. I know he's from Philly. I don't mean it like in a personal type thing, but like realistically, I'm not afraid of no rookie. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna really have to come at me hard with a real rookie. Like,
right?
Who would I be afraid of? I wouldn't be like. There's not one guy that got taken in the first round that if we went against them, maybe Najee Harris, maybe.
Yeah.
But then even there, I still feel very confident about my running back. My running defense. So like, I'm not really afraid of any of these rookies. But with that said, I do think that we're gonna hold him in check. I don't know if we'll, necessarily hold him to, nothing. Like, I don't think he'll be shut down, but I think we'll hold him in check. Now, let's be honest. I think that, Calvin Ridley will probably chop us up a little bit, but I think that's all right. We used to have Julio Jones chopping us up, but they didn't win. So that's the main focus, right? It's just win the game. So I'm not really afraid of him, but the defense, I'm definitely not afraid of. Our defense is our offense is going to probably chop up their defense, especially as far as the running game goes, because we're just bigger than them. We're bigger, stronger. They're probably just as fast. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, with our offensive line going against those guys, I'm one of those guys that I feel like if the line's healthy, there's not a defensive line to lead that I'm worried about. We've shown that time and time again going against some of the best defensive linemen. When the Cowgirls always have their big, star-studded defensive tackles and linebackers and stuff. When our line's healthy, we handle them pretty good. Even last year with the Washington Redskins, the last game of the season that we gave to them, it's like we had the third and fourth string linemen in, and they were holding that so-called, beast of a defensive line there in check, with our second team. So that, I see us winning the division easily. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like the rest of them thinking it's going to be a race to the finish, a race to week 17 against the Cowgirls to see who wins. Because I actually give the Cowgirls that win. You know what I'm saying, on my record prediction, because I don't think we're going to need it. We're going to already be in our playoff spot. And, we'll probably be resting starters that week. So the Cowgirls will get a win against us. That's the only way they're splitting. I'm not worried about the Giants. They got Danny Food Stamps over there. I ain't never been scared of Danny Food Stamps. And Saquon Barkley got to prove that he can stay healthy this season for me to worry about him. He is a great running back. He had his, one great year. But since then, he's been injured, and more injured. And, it's all them years at Penn State where they ran them so much. They ran them like 300 times a year over there, So now those injuries starting to catch up with him. And I'm not really worried about Saquon, this year. So, I think the Eagles going to have their hardest games, obviously, this first 6 games starting out with Atlanta. And like you said before, Atlanta, man, if they're missing the starting tackle, I'm not worried about these guys. Like, I think our defensive line is too good. And, it's really going to show how good of coaches we actually have. This is a good tune-up game. They're not super trash. You know what I'm saying? Because Matt Ryan's going to put up some yards. You know what I'm saying? He always does. He's not legendary or nothing like that, but he always seems to put up some kind of yards and some kind of stats. So Ridley's going to get fed the ball a lot. You can't cover. It's just kind of like how we have with Devontae Smith. He's going to get open. Those guys are really good route runners. They're going to get open. They're going to get the ball in their hands. It's just what happens after we get the ball. They get the ball in their hands. Right. Now, let's really go for like 300 and 3 dubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about him enough to say that we'll lose that game. But like you said, with Cal Pitts, definitely not worried about that guy. First game of the season, I see him like maybe 50, 60 yards, maybe get a touchdown, depending on how many touchdowns really get. So right. That's my stance on that one.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I think that you hit it on the head when you said this is a good test. The Atlanta Falcons aren't probably going to be a Super Bowl team this year, right? I don't think that's jumping off a ledge. So, the Atlanta Falcons are a good enough team that they might make the playoffs, but they're good where we're terrible. Or at least, let me rephrase that. They're good where we were very bad last year. Our defense and our secondary was a big question for our team. So I feel like them having such a good passing game is, like you said, a good test for where we're weak. So that should be a good matchup. I think, again, you said it, the first 6 weeks, man, we're going to figure out who this team is. I think you could even say the first 3 weeks. I mean, depending on where we are record-wise when we go meet the Dallas Cowboys, that could be our season right there. That could be us, regaining something or proving something, or it could just show us that we're just rebuilding and this is all just, for whatever. So I definitely look at these first couple games. I mean, it's going to be important to see what we are. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, man, I'm very excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping we can at least go 4-2 in these first 6. You know what I'm saying? I can't say exactly which 2 we're going to lose to because, honestly, like I said, with the team, I'm on the high side thinking that all these guys can do something. You know what I'm saying? Like all these guys on our team can do something big. We got key veterans at key spots, the spots we really need veterans to be in. And then we got the young guys there at spots, that I don't think you really need to have veterans there, like our receivers, these guys are fast. You can't teach set speed. You know what I'm saying? These guys are electrifying, and as long as they can catch the ball and get open, it's going to be hard to stop these 3. I don't know, any secondary in the NFL that got 3 guys that can, cover 4-3 speed receivers, all the way across the board. So I think that's an advantage to us. We got one of the best game-breaking running backs in the league, and Miles Sanders, you know what I'm saying, who can take it to the house on any handoff, So it's like the offense is looking good, you know what I'm saying? We got the veteran offensive line. If healthy, we should be an unstoppable force. That's how I see it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't see no team on that schedule. Like everybody wants to say Kansas City, everybody wants to say Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay's short week coming to Philly, that's definitely winnable if we put the pressure on Brady. And, with the Kansas City game, I'm just a big fan of the Eagles to the point where we got to stop losing to Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? Ever since the man's left, he's done beat us and beat us and beat us and beat us. And I am so done with losing to Andy Reid. So I'm hoping that this is the year we can finally get that done.
Yeah, and I hope we can beat Kansas City. I kind of took the Tampa Bay game as a game I think we can steal, if you want to call it steal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at our history with Tom Brady. You look at Tom Brady's history on his own. He's been beatable against teams that have good defensive lines that can bring pressure. And I think that's what the Eagles are built on. That's how we inevitably, I know we gave up a lot of points on defense in that Super Bowl, but that's how we at the end won it, right? That strip sack. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's what we need to do. We need to just get to Tom Brady, make him uncomfortable. So I can see us winning that game. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't see us winning Kansas City at all. I would love for it to be close. I really would. If you go back to even 2017, it's arguable. You can make an argument. I can't talk. You can make an argument that we had a way better team. We won that Super Bowl that year. You know what I'm saying? The Chiefs didn't. But they still beat us. It was a very low-scoring game, and both teams had great offenses. They didn't have the greatest defense. It seems like they just figure out a way to beat us. So I'm not going to go and say that history will change, but I will say history
that
will
game we're winning, Castro.
with Brady. Hey, I hope so. I hope we take both of them.
Like I tell other Eagles fans, I understand you guys think I'm crazy. I'm overboard with the Eagles, excitement, but good energy. You put it in the air, and sometimes good things happen. If all of us sitting in the same energy into the sky, my guy, I think it's possible.
Yeah, hey, throw it at the wall, see if something sticks. I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at it.
Well, let's run through these first 6 games, man. So you say we got Atlanta, right? How do you feel about the Niners?
I had that as a loss. Let me pull up the schedule real quick just so I can remember what I was saying. But I had that as a loss. Now, reason that I have that as a loss is just because I really do believe in their defense. I really do believe that they have a good enough running game that they can. I don't think it's going to be Trey Lance at that point, so I don't think that we're going to get that, backup, that rookie, not backup, but that rookie thing that, defenses get. Like you get to go run after a rookie. So I think you'll still get Jimmy Garoppolo. And I do think that with Jimmy Garoppolo, with Deebo Samuels, with the Brandon Ayuk, with the running back core that they have, they'll have enough on offense to beat us. I just really do feel like that. So I put that as a loss. These next 3 you're probably not going to like, but go ahead.
Well, you know me, man. I'm very, on this board with the Birds. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a very close game in San Francisco, because they do have a defense. They got that boy Bosa over there and that linebacker Warner over there. That those guys are super studs, and it's going to be difficult and definitely a big challenge for Jalen Hurts and his offense to see if they can actually, move the ball against these guys consistently. Like you said before, I'm not really scared of either one of the quarterbacks. Really, Jimmy G is never scared of me. He's more of a what do you call it? Dink and dunk quarterback. He don't really go deep on, too many balls. So I'm not really worried about that. And if it's the rookie, Lance, now he does got an arm, but it will be his second game in the season. And depending on how they're splitting up reps right now, he's not getting all first team reps if he's not starting for game one. So I think it'd be more of a situation where he should have to worry about our defensive line a little bit more than we worry about him. So I got a close win, like a 14-10 win against the Niners.
I will say if we get lucky, I don't even want to say lucky, but there's a possibility that you end up getting Trey Lance at halftime in the second game. If Jimmy Garoppolo has a terrible game one, and then he comes out in the second game and he's not having that great of a first half against the Eagles, we might get lucky and get Trey Lance at halftime. So, who knows? You might be right. You might.
That's how I'm going. So now we're going to week 3 against the Dallas Cowgirls. And Birdgang's take on them Cowgirls. There's no way in hell them Cowgirls are beating us. We're going to Jerry's World, and we're going to shut them up early this season. And like I said, I got them winning late in the season. And I can't say they're going to sweep us at all. You know what I'm saying? So I got them winning second game of the season. I mean, the last game of the season. But I think we take it to them in Jerry's World this year. And I'm going to give you a score.
I have that as a loss as well.
A score prediction of maybe 21-10. Really depending on how Dak's playing. Because I don't think Dak's healthy enough to win right now for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? He's coming off a huge injury on his ankle. And then he's also coming off a shoulder injury. He just started practicing last week. Or a week before or whatever. So he hasn't really got that much practice in this offseason. And he hasn't been getting touched in practice. So what's good? You got to start out the first game against Tampa Bay's defense. That's a good defense. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a hard challenge for them to start out on. I definitely see them getting that L right there. But the whole point you got to look at is like there's going to be a lot of people around Dak, that defense. You know what I'm saying? Is he going to be mobile enough? Is he going to be able to, take those hits? Because he's going to get hit. He's going to get hit in that game. And, we'll see what happens with Dak Prescott after that game and see how far, along the season he can make it.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to. I don't want to say I try not to. I really don't get scared of anybody's running backs. But if you really look at Dallas and Zeke, what he's done against us, I mean, it is what it is. When they use him, he usually eats on us. So it is what it is. I do have them losing this one. That's just where I'm at. I just feel like right now I know more about Dak Prescott and that offense than I know about my own offense. After week 1, this could all change. You know what I'm saying? This is just where I am right now. But realistically, let's run through it real quick, right? Because I do have us losing against Kansas City also. Let's just say that.
Is that 4?
So I have us going 1-3. Yeah. So I have us going 1-3 through the first 4 weeks. Ooh. But after that, I have us winning against Carolina. I have us winning against Tampa. I have us winning against Raiders and the Lions. And then I have us losing against the San Diego Chargers or Los Angeles. Where the hell are they right now? I have no idea where there we go. Los Angeles Chargers. They're going to come to Florida pretty soon. Right. But so through the first 9 weeks, I'm at where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at 5 and 1, 2, 3. Hit that
like and subscribe if you have not subscribed to both of our channel, Philly the podcast and Birdgang Nation Sports Talk. You said you're at what?
5 and 3 through 9 weeks. That's where I was at.
That's not bad though.
That's really not.
That's not that bad.
Or 5 and 4. I'm lying. 5 and 4.
5 and 4 for the first 9
and then
weeks.
I have us like switching at the end of the season just because I know people are like, oh my God, he's being so negative. But at the end of the year, I have us
Wait. Yeah, because
beating.
you said 6-9 wins, and you're already at 5,
Yeah,
man.
I'm
That
already
means you
at
about to
5.
go
And
on a
then
big
this is me
losing
looking
streak.
at the schedule. That's what I'm saying. When you look at the schedule, these are all winnable games that I'm saying. Like, I think we could beat the Panthers. We can beat the Falcons. The Raiders, we should be able to beat the Lions, the Broncos. I think we can beat the Saints.
Yes.
We're gonna at the very least split with the Giants. Jets, we should beat. And then if we split with Washington, that's 9 right there. And then if we can split with Dallas, that's 10. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I see 10 wins at the most.
First meeting against Dallas.
Yeah, exactly.
So, man, so we could get swept on your situation if it breaks down that way by the Capitals. That would be horrible.
But as long as we sweep somebody in the division, I think there's a lot of. I think so too, but I think there's a lot of games in here that are winnable. I'm not saying that we're going to be like the best team to come out of the East or, what I'm saying, out of the NFC, but there's some games that are winnable here, like realistically. So, I mean, can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah.
I don't know why my camera just went out. My camera might have died.
Edge camera says, goodbye, Mr. Castro. But yeah, so I got us.
There we go.
After that, winning Kansas City. What was the rest of the order again? It's Kansas City, winning the Panthers, winning.
Yeah, so all right. So I have us beating the Falcons, the Panthers, the Buccaneers, which might, that might be a little bit crazy, but I think we could beat the Buccaneers, the Raiders, the Lions, the Broncos, the Saints, and at least one against the Giants, then the Jets, and one against the Washington football team.
Okay. So then on yours, are you saying we're beating Dallas the last game?
I would say yeah. So we would be anywhere from like 10 to 11 wins if all went well.
Castro.
If all went well.
About, my God.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you really look at the team, I think that we're like a 6-9 game win. But if you look at the schedule, there's games that you can win here. I don't think any of these teams are really that good. Like look at the Saints. A lot of people think about the Saints. They don't have Drew Brees anymore. You really trust Jameis Winston at the end of the season? Like their defense is gonna fall off. You know what I'm saying? They were a great defense last year. We still beat them, but they're gonna fall off. You look at the Raiders. What scares you about them? You look at the Lions. What scares you about them? I mean, we could be realistic though. We could start 0-4. If we lose to the Falcons, there's nothing holding us back from starting 0-4. So I feel like we're right on the edge. We're right there. We're right there.
I would probably even have to change my record prediction if we lose to the Falcons because I think that is a guaranteed win. They don't even
have
their offensive line together. Their defense is trash, and there's only 2-3 good players on that defense. If Nick can't coach up a game good enough to beat the Falcons, man, I'm gonna have to reevaluate this whole season, my guy. This whole season, like this is gonna be
And shout out to Vic. He's saying Chargers not beating us. Chargers have Justin Herbert. Chargers have a nasty offense, especially towards the end of that year. Once they got Justin Herbert really going, they have a Bosa brother, and they got Derwin James. Like that defense is no joke. I'm not.
We can beat them though, but you even think
about it. I'm not saying that it's an easy dub for them, but it's gonna be a really tough.
I feel like it's gonna go more towards the way I say if we can blow out Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Because that means that those young guns are coming to play. Quez is getting open. Devontae's getting open. Miles is running the ball. Goddard and Ertz are doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line dominating like they're supposed to. Defensive line dominating like they're supposed to. If they come out with one of those dominating games, that's why I put the prediction at 31-10. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can come out and just, like, totally destroy them, then I don't think there's anybody on that roster. I mean, on this schedule that can beat us for real. Like I'll be more towards that angle. That 5 games that I give as a loss, like there's some games I'm probably not gonna be right on. Obviously, like I did, we might lose to Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? Like we might lose to Tampa Bay. That Chargers game is another one I had as a loss on my record prediction show. So I can't say Chargers are bad, man. There's some bad boys over there on San Diego's team.
Yeah, they're young too. They're
But
really
like I
young.
even had the Broncos possibly losing on my record prediction. Losing to the Broncos maybe because Von Miller's back. Bradley Chubb's there. Von Miller's back, and that defense they got a better defense. They picked up Surtain in the draft, so them boys in there. And then people have trouble playing in the Mile High. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother element that you can't even. That has nothing to do with coaching and talent. It's like, can you play up there? Can you
Right.
breathe up there to play? So that's another sleeper, I think.
Yeah, I'm not really afraid. Denver, the only thing that kind of maybe worries me about Denver is they still have a decent defense. Like they still got a good pass rush. Like there's no, they still got decent cornerbacks. They still got a good defense. It's not like as it was back then, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. The Saints don't have Michael Thomas. By the time we play them, he might, because we play them in week 12, and he's supposed to be back by like week 8, 9,
what
maybe
happened
10.
to Michael Thomas again?
He had like some surgery that they made him hold off.
Was it on his
and
leg?
The Chargers have receivers who never have. We do too. Like so do we. So, but yeah, Michael Thomas had some surgery. There was some drama between it that they made him hold it off because it was Drew Brees' last season. So we'll see how he even reacts to coming back, if he even wants to play when he does come back healthy.
Play for that team no more.
That's what I'm saying. There was rumors about that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, Michael, I'm not worried about that because who's gonna get him the ball? Because Jameis Winston's trash. I was saying that, and I was saying that all offseason about Cam Newton. He was trash. Cam didn't have no chance of starting after Mac Jones got picked up. I said that a long time ago. Like Mac Jones a way better quarterback than Cam Newton, and I'm not hating on him saying that he was always trash. He was great before, but he got banged up when he played for Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like they used him as a running back, so he kept getting injured and injured. Then he got a little weird when he got the money. I don't know what happened in his life, but he got a little weird, started dressing weird, started talking, And then that last little thing he said about Kayvon Wallace when he called him what do you call him? Sparkles or glitter?
Yeah, he called him glitter.
I was like, Belichick ain't playing with that, man. He gonna say, how you gonna talk smack about anybody when you can't even throw the ball down the field? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and I guess he was having a bunch of trouble with that COVID stuff. So I guess he didn't want to
get vaccinated, which I don't blame him on that. I'm not, that's just my personal opinion. I don't think.
Hey, your choice. I don't care. Your body, your choice. It don't affect me.
Yeah, people shouldn't have to get anything. This is one life that you got. You should be able to live it the way you want to live it. So, I definitely don't, blame him for that one if that's what he chose to do. So, but they, Bill said they had nothing to do with that. And I'm not even 100% sure he did have to do with the whole vaccination thing, just because it's just his play. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't that good no more. He just wasn't. I could see him going to Riviera over there with the Washington Redskins. If Fitzmagic don't do his thing, how Fitzmagic's off and on a good quarterback. Maybe he'll be able to go play with his old coach there in Washington and get some plays down. Or if Dak gets hurt, I could see him going to the Cowgirls. And either way, I'm not scared of Cam either. So
yeah, I ain't worried about Cam. I'm definitely not worried about Cam.
But yeah, man. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to get you on the show. I know you got things to do today, my guy. I won't keep you up. Thanks for coming on. I've obviously everybody know who you are, where to find you at. But go ahead and give them a little breakdown about what's going on with the Philly the podcast and where they can find you.
Yeah. No, like I was telling you offline, I'm on not really a vacation, but we're house sitting for friends. So I am not home. Obviously, you see the plants and everything. So when I get back home about, I think Saturday, we'll get back onto our regular scheduled programming. And we'll get you on the show as well, man. But I've just been so busy. But yeah, Philly the podcast. Come through, come chill. Y'all know what it is, man. Yeah, just have fun with us, man.
Heck yeah. And you guys, please, stick around later, guys. I'll have a couple more shows. I got the Mighty E-Rock coming on tonight. And then I got So Calm after that. So we got lives all day today, guys. You guys, like I always say, fly, Eagles, fly. And until next time, this was Birdgang Nation Sports Talk. This is Birdgang 31, and I am out. Peace.